first of all, obviously great to get the win. We didn't make it easy. We had opportunities there in the second quarter, third quarter, really to put it away. But I tell you what, you got to give the guys credit. And right there at a 3-point game, that's when it challenges a young group and a new group of starters right there. A lot of pressure on the line, and did what we had to do to go get the win. And so really proud of the guys for that. I think we're 70-2 now when taking a lead into the fourth quarter. And obviously got to give the guys a lot of credit, but Joey Batson and his strength staff, that's impressive. That's an impressive stat. That's a lot of players over a lot of years right there. And to be able to physically be able to finish the game in the fourth quarter says a lot. Also proud of the offensive line and those running backs, 227 yards versus that defensive front. They haven't been giving up a whole lot of rushing yards. Obviously that was a big difference in the game. Multitude of backs having opportunities. Obviously Travis had 2 big touchdowns and close to 100 yards. And so proud of that. Proud to get the victory. These kind of games, you got to earn them. They're never easy, and it doesn't matter if you've got experienced guys. Go back to last year's game, Deshaun Watson and all those guys, it came down to the fourth quarter, and we had to go find a way to get it done. This year it looked a little bit different, but it was the same thing. It came down to the fourth quarter, and we, even with all the adversity and all the things that maybe we left out there, to really finish with 2 touchdown drives, I think says a lot about our guys' mentality and the way you respond to the adversity. The things that happen, drop ball, those type of things, disappointing, but what are you going to do next? How are you going to come back and respond? And felt like, that's probably the best thing we're doing right now is responding. Our goal is to be able to play 4 quarters consistently and still feel like our best ball offensively is out there for us. And, we'll work to get better and play the best we can here as we finish up the season.
Jeff, you mentioned the young guys early on offense. Do you feel like they're still growing and it's still a work?
Yeah,
not a total work in progress.
There's no doubt. Our goal is to play 4 quarters consistently, and the plays that first of all, you got to give Florida State credit. You look at their record and all that. I don't think it really tells the story of their defense. Their defense has held Alabama to their lowest number, held NC State to their lowest number, all those type of things. But really, whenever we go back and watch this video, there's a lot of things that just basic things. Handoff, the mesh, quarterback, running back, catching and throwing basic, easy routes. It's not anything complicated. And that's the biggest thing for our guys to understand is mentally they got to stay focused and really just stay in the moment and be able to execute. And I think we will. I've seen us do that in practice. And you don't want to continue to have these, but there are some valuable lessons you learn from it. And now the next step is really to put 4 quarters together so we can play our best here down the stretch in the championship season.
How concerning some of Kelly's maybe missed easy throws where he had some opportunities where he was unable to convert?
Yeah, obviously when that happens, it's very glaring. There's other guys that make mistakes, and maybe the average eye wouldn't see it. And Kelly's not been perfect, but man, how impressive is that for him to come in and be 9-1 and win a division in his first year starting with all the pressure and everything on him. He's only going to get better because of the type of person he is, how hard he works. I know that there's nobody that's going to work harder to go back and get some of that improved. And then, it also goes both ways. We had opportunities with a deep ball that could have really put the game away, and he threw a nice ball, and we didn't make the play. So that's just kind of who we've been a little bit here over the last few weeks, and we'll get that corrected. But I got no doubt we got a lot of trust and faith in Kelly, and we've had great quarterbacks in the past that kind of were off at times, and he's no different than that. But I think he's going to continue to get better here as we go.
What kind of
put 4 quarters together that you get harder to snap out of when it's happened?
Yeah, I really don't feel. Sometimes you go through a season where you feel like, and maybe 4 or 5 years ago we were there when things aren't quite going well. Then it really just goes downhill. I don't sense that. I think, obviously we had some series back to back where we missed some opportunities and missed some plays, but I never got the sense that it was because Kelly was down on himself or really didn't snap out of it. It was just and when you play good teams and good defenses, that group over there is a good defense. When you play a good defense, they magnify those errors and they make you have to throw the ball correctly, or it really shows. Obviously there's more of those than we want, but I really don't. I didn't ever feel that there was a point offensively that the guys were down, and it really just kind of kept carrying over. I really felt like they had a good attitude about it, and knew, hey, we got an opportunity to go respond, and really proud of the way we did. I mean, that game got really tight right there at the end, and with everything that went on, I think that's what we said over the headsets. We're about to find out who we are. We're about to find out a lot about this offensive group. When you're up 3 with everything on the line, and they went down there and got 2 touchdowns and responded. So we've learned those lessons. Now we want to, kind of be able to move past that. But got to give Florida State credit too. Their defense can kind of get lost in the record. That was either the second or third best defense we played this year, in our opinion.
Jeff, you guys have scored on